Okay, we're going to talk a little bit today about binge eating. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have been there. I've done it for years. And binge eating is, you think it's a comfort thing, or at least it feels like it's a comfort thing, right? I had to take my readers off, by the way, because the glare from the screen kept coming back. I'm new at this, don't know how to fix that, but other than take them off, so it's real blurry. I look better when I'm blurry, though, I have to admit. Anyway, so binge eating. So last night, yesterday, on my Facebook page, those of you that are there, and then also on the blog, I talked about what I ate for dinner. So yes, I can make a meal out of anything. Yesterday we had a leftover piece of steak. It was about this big. Cheap steak, really. My wife, she can take cheap steak and make it taste like something really pricey, right? So I had that left over, and I said, okay, well, I'm not really that hungry, but it is time to eat some food. So I went ahead, and I didn't want to eat too late. So I heated up the steak in the microwave, and I ate it with a couple of, those string cheese, cheddar cheese that they put in the little package you rip it apart. Anyway, I looked at the ingredients, which I always do, to make sure it's minimal processed or not processed at all on almost everything that I try to eat. So anyway, I ate that, and it was really good. And then it was time for dessert, and I'll say I was satisfied. I won't say I was full with the steak and the cheddar cheese, but it was my favorite time of day, which is dessert time. So I went into the refrigerator, and I opened the door, and what do I see in there? My wife had cut up a fresh pineapple, cut up some fresh strawberries. Mostly, actually, they were whole, I think, but the strawberries were. And then there was some cherries that she had caught on sale at Kroger's, and whole cherries. So they have the pits in them, I always say, don't eat the pits. Anyway, so I'm like, that looks great. I'm going to have some of that. Well, my regular routine for dessert after dinner is a Gala apple or two and an orange. Pretty much that's it, because that settles it in for the day. So what I did is I looked at that, and I go get a bowl out of the cabinet, and I take that bowl, and the pictures are out there actually on my Facebook, and I think I'm not even sure about the blog, but anyway, so it's out there, and so I put maybe 2 cups of the cut up pineapple in there. I put about 8 of the cherries in there, the whole cherries. I put let's see, I think there was about 4 of the larger whole strawberries in the bowl. Well, not to get off my routine, because I've done so well, and I'll tell you about that in a moment also. I went ahead and got my navel orange, which is a pretty good size, and I got my Gala apple out. And I wash them off real good, the apple and the orange, and put them all together, and I take them in, and I have this little tray so I can watch baseball games that time of evening a lot. The Tampa Bay Rays, go Tampa Bay. And so I put it on my little tray there, and now I have my dessert. So I have all of this fruit for dessert, right? Because that's what I've been doing. That's what the fruit has saved my life. I say it over and over and over because I love to eat them, and they're juicy, and they're great. The meat of the fruit and all of that. And I'll tell you something else about that in just a moment. And this is not going to be long today. So I got the fruit over there. So I start trying to mix it up. I always try to mix it up. So I'm taking my knife and slicing some pieces off of the apple. Then I get down into and I'm sneaking over in the bowl, and I'm eating some pineapple and some cherries, and putting the pit back, and all the fun stuff. And then the strawberries. So I'm mixing it all up and eating the apple, and I always save the orange for last. I don't know, maybe it's because I got to peel it and then eat it. So anyway, that's what I do. So I'm about full by the time this bowl's empty and half that apple's gone. I'm feeling really, really full. Part of the reason is, remember, this is nutrient-rich food. So it gives you energy, gets into your body and your system, and makes you feel really good. And it fills you up. There's fiber in there, right? So anyway, I'm eating that, and I'm still getting really full. And then it's time to eat the rest of the apple and the orange. And I'm about at the end. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm stuffed. Should I do this? Well, my binge eating thing and the baseball game is going pretty good for me, by the way. So it's going good. I'm getting pretty excited. So I said, yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I've got to have my citrus, right? Even though I had my grapefruit earlier that morning with the bacon and eggs. All on the Facebook there, and you'll see that. So I get the orange, start peeling the orange, eat it up. Now I'm stuffed, really stuffed. But I remember my binging days of the other food that I used to eat, and I'll go through that in just a second, right? So I'm really stuffed. I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I eat so much? Now I've got all this sugar in me, natural sugar, the good sugar, and I grab a bag of that I keep next to my. I keep 2 bags next to my game watching chair, right? I keep exotic blend chips that I buy at Aldi. There are 4 different root type chips. There's only 3 ingredients. One is the oil that they cook it in. One is the actual vegetable itself, and the other is sea salt. Love that, right? Because it's like, it reminds me when I used to eat a bag of potato chips. So I've got the salt fix after the sugar fix, and I did that with the sweet potatoes because I was out of the exotic blend. So I ate some of the sweet potato chips. Again, 3 ingredients. The last one being sea salt. The first one is sweet potato. So you're eating vegetable. I know it's lost, and you'll see this out there. Some of its nutrients because it's been cooked and minimally processed, basically sliced and then fried, and then salt added to it. So anyway, so I got that. And then I thought back, now how did I used to do this? And I'll guarantee a lot of you are doing this right now, and you've done it for years. So my binging in the old days was, let's say we had pizza for dinner. Love pizza. I still eat it. I don't eat the crust, and I have other ways of doing it, cauliflower crust, or I just don't use any crust at all, and I put all that nice cheese and marinated organic sauce. You can get the tomato and basil at Aldi, and I'm not a commercial for Aldi, but I sort of am. And you can make your own, right? Put lots of cheese. You can get uncured pepperoni. It's pretty darn healthy for you. It don't have a lot of sodium nitrates and things in it. So anyway, I won't get into all that right now. This is my old bending. So I eat the salty, lovely pizza, and then, just like with the fruit and the steak and all that, now I need something sweet. But the old days, I would eat this. And this is just prior to February 17th of this year, 2019. Sometimes I would get a bowl of sweet sugar, and I'm saying, or sweet cereal, excuse me. And I mean a bowl, not just like a little bowl, and they say, 8-ounce servings. No, I got a big bowl of that because I loved it. So I get that down. Guess what? Still not quite satisfied. So I go and rummage it in the kitchen, and I might even have some ice cream. I love ice cream. It's all great, tastes good, but there's a lot of stuff in there that's not good for me. Being a diabetic, being overweight, having esophageal, whatever the thing's called, basically heartburn, and that kind of stuff. So there's my phone. Thought I had that off. Again, this is not professional, and neither is the system. It's all about you and me too. So, all right. So anyway, so ice cream, whatever, I would eat that much. So then if I look back now and add that up, but guess what? So I had the cereal and I had the ice cream, a lot of sweets. Do you ever get that now? I got to counteract that with some salty again. Out come the potato chips, and I love French onion did, right? So I get that out. And now, by the end of the night, I'm just a pig, really. I mean, I sit there and think about it. I feel bad, even though it felt good kind of doing it while I was doing it. And then I felt bad. And then I felt tired. And then guess what? I passed out in my own chair. My family will tell you I did that a lot. And now I don't have that energy problem. I mean, I can take a nap 24 hours a day. If I stopped and I sat in my chair during the day or at lunch hour, whatever time it is, I could just doze off and take a nap. Part of it was probably the diabetes. The other part was just eating completely wrong, carbohydrate sensitive. Somebody told me that most people are that to some extent. So if you ever eaten a high carb meal and then you take a nap or you want to take a nap, that's probably the cause of it right there. So anyway, so it felt bad. 2 o'clock in the morning, wake up with heartburn. That was over 20 years ago before I started taking Prilosec. Prilosec was the cure for me, right? I've taken it for 20 years. 20 years. My son he'll be 21 in September. He was born when I got diagnosed with that esophageal. I don't have it's on my record, by the way. So anyway, long story, try to shorten it up here real quick for you. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. So I overate last night, but I overate fruit. So I ate too much fiber, and I ate too much nutrient stuff that's going into my body, and what's left is water, right? Fruit, but it's natural water. So by the way, last night I made a few trips to relieve some of that water, more than normal. Gosh, when I was diabetic. My diabetes was going crazy. I mean, I was up like every hour, hour and a half, and that's just kind of part of what you live with, right? That's gone, by the way. Pretty much, once I go to sleep, I'm asleep at least for 5 hours. Sometimes I go to sleep and I don't wake up for 8 hours, right? That's all changed. My daughter told me that she knows a lot about medical stuff, because I'll tell you about my granddaughter here in a minute, who has dealt with type 1 diabetes and a lot of other things for years. But so my daughter's pretty smart at that stuff, right? So anyway, she told me I probably had sleep apnea. Well, my doctor, he told me that, and he signed me up for it to go do the test, the sleep test. I didn't do it. I've always been a bad patient, and because I always thought, good to do something about it, but I never did, and I would just put it off, and live with it, right? So I got sidetracked on that, but I'll get back to where I was, I'm sure, somewhere there. Can't see my notes because I had to take them glasses off. Let me look at them anyway, just make sure. I only got 3 notes, and just to kind of keep me on there. Okay, so anyway, so overate, all that nutrient food. Yep, maybe pee a lot. Sorry about that word there if it offends anybody. But last night. But here's what happened. I weighed 230 last night. Okay, I weigh myself often, literally 230, and I figured this out and I want everybody to do this and to learn to do it. You can do it yourself. Is to figure out your own body. So I weighed myself last night. I was 230, okay, and that's what it said, 230 point whatever it is. And I use the same scale all the time to make sure it's accurate, because if you change around, you know how that goes. So anyway, so I weighed myself, and I'm like, oh gosh, here I am, back and forth, 4 or 5 pounds. You're going to find that out during this whole process. But where you average is where, and what your average loss is what you're really going to get excited about. And I always use the lowest number, because, hey, I hit that number, and I know because of what I eat. So food and water, liquid, weighs something. So if I ate 5 pounds of food yesterday, and if you take an orange, and you take a banana, and you take all these other things, let's go to the steak, right? I'm guessing it's 6 ounces. I don't know, maybe it was a little more, maybe it was 8. I don't know, whatever it was good. So you take that and you weigh it, so it weighs something. So when you eat it and you haven't passed it through your body and got it out, where it goes out, you got that weight on you, right? Well, eventually you're going to go to the bathroom and you're going to do these things. And I'm assuming, not being a doctor or any other kind of scientist or anything, that's where you get rid of your weight, right? So anyway, I weighed myself. Oh, okay. Let me finish. So I ate the high nutrients food way too much. Oh, gosh, I ate way too much. I do that occasionally. I still have that binging thing in me, I guess, from all those years. So I weighed 230.4, whatever it was. Okay, so I ate all that. And this is what's happened since February 17th, these months, is eating all that nutrient food. I've got enough energy, a whole lot more than I had. Sometimes I've got some. I got to calm down, But I've got all this energy by eating vegetables, fruits, meats, eggs. I love them, bacon, all that kind of stuff. I eat real food, right? But so I've got all that energy, and here's what happens. So there's all these diets that you see me talking out there, and you think I'm going off on this, but I'm actually going back. So there's all these diets out there. There's the keto, paleo, whole foods. One of those, it might be the whole food. One of them says eat raw vegetables 80% of your diet. 80% of your diet per day should be raw vegetables and fruits. I love the fruits, probably could pull that one off. But the vegetables, I don't know rabbits that eat that much vegetables, right? Raw vegetables, right? I got to cook them and put them in some olive oil, whatever it is. Okay, so I lost track where I was at again. I'll do it. I'll find it, though. It's there. Okay, so I eat that. Gives me energy. So there's also this diet that's real popular. It's the fasting diet. And it's like short-term fasting, long-term fasting, all that. They fasted in the biblical days. A lot of religions and a lot of people still fast. It does clean your body out. I'm good with it. It's fine. Anything, all those diets I named, by the way, any of them are good for you and you're doing great. I've got cousins that are vegans and been that for 4 years. Man, did they transform where they were at to where they're at now. So whatever it is that works for you, do it. I just found that I'm the kind of person, and I think there's a lot of people out there that has this I've got to have some balance. I miss meat and I miss cheese, and that's something that you can't do on those diets. I miss eggs and all those things if I try to do it. And then on the other hand, some of those are high protein. You eat all that stuff. Well, then I also miss, where's my sweet stuff? Where's my carbohydrates and all that? So all of those diets are out there. This is kind of a mixture of them, but it works for me. And you'll develop your own Wanio diet. It'll be whatever your name is if you want. You'll develop it by learning how your body works and how it's working. Once you've cleaned it out, and that's what will happen at first when you get rid of all those processed foods and all the sugars and things that you used to eat that you're going to get rid of. Once you do that, you'll clean your system out there over the first couple of weeks, and you'll notice the difference in a lot of things. But no Prilosec. Did I say that part? No Prilosec. After 20 years, I haven't had it in 4 months, and I haven't had heartburn. Because if I had heartburn, I probably would have taken one, right? No heartburn. Eat whatever I want. No heartburn. Pizza sauce, spaghetti sauce, always gave me heartburn instantly. I just knew it was going to be bad. I got rid of that. Okay, so anyway, I don't have to do it no more. I don't even know what I've done really specifically to stop that. So I get excited about it, obviously. Okay, so last night I ate all that, had all this energy, all this stuff builds up in my system, and then today I said I wasn't hungry this morning when I woke up, so I drank a little bit of water. I took my last blood pressure medication, and that's it. That's all I had. Worked today, worked out, worked here, did a lot of things, and then it's. I'm not hungry. I still haven't eaten to this point. Now I know what's going to happen. My wife's going to come home, and I'm going to grab a banana, and that's where I'm going to start. So I'm going to eat a banana. That'll be my first food of the day. But I'm not hungry, and I'm not hungry at all. I'm not starving myself. I'm not. So it's kind of a short-term fast, kind of like that other diet, right? Remember, mixture of all diets. That's what the Wanio diet is, or Jim diet, or Karen diet, whatever your name is. That's what your diet will be. So after you figure out your body. Okay, that's how it works. So I weighed myself just a few minutes ago, and I am 224 from 259. Okay, February 17th, 35 pounds. I had to use my calculator to kind of do the math, but 35 pounds I am down now. I'm so excited. I got a ways to go. I got more to do, but I'm on my way, right? And I feel so much different having that weight off. Some of you don't have the weight issue. Some of you it's the diabetes or whatever it is. Guess what? It makes it better. Everything you do is going to make it better. You feel better. You have energy. So I had so much energy from that binging last night that I haven't been hungry all day. And that's good. That fast a little bit. Again, check out the diet. There's one out there. Maybe more than one. So here's the thing, and it's kind of it's a bit of a secret, actually. I'll just kind of tell you, it's not about how much you eat. And I know a lot of you think, oh my God, you're like a pig, right? Yourself, saying that to yourself. I said it all the time. And by the way, I used to eat like a pig. It's not a secret, but I'll tell you, the secret is this. It's what you put in here. It's what's in your mouth. What you're putting into this head. Remember, I said it's all out there. Food is in your head, right? So, and I'll tell you why I say that. I've basically brainwashed myself by just living this way and doing the thing and knowing what's wrong and knowing what's right. I've brainwashed myself to know that what I put in here is going to control everything I do, even my brain, by the way. But the real fact of it is what you have up here is going to tell you what to put in here. So TV, there's commercials constantly. Gosh, watch a baseball game. I watch them. You got all the great stuff on there. All the pizza companies are on there. Everything, and it looks so good. They're awesome at it now. We got a high definition television and some other stuff, K's or whatever. And it looks, I like jump in the TV and slice it. Can I do that, right? So it's putting us some mentality here. Got nothing against companies. I'm a pro-business guy. Nothing against it. We have to make the decisions. You, me, we have to make them. They can sell whatever they want. I have to determine where I want to eat it or not. Or what I want to eat off their menu. They have stuff, and I've got so much more to get into on all that and how I do it because I'm on the road a lot. Anyway, so I'm celebrating 35 pounds off. 2 more pounds, by the way. I'll be 26 years ago, I weighed 222. 2 more pounds. I'm 224. 2 more pounds. I'll be where I was at 26 years ago. 26 years younger. I'm 59 now. Sorry, can't do the math that quick. A long time ago. Yeah, a long time ago. So that's kind of a goal. So I've had all these little goals, and that's one there. And I'm not a real good goal guy, not a good discipline guy. I just know when I see something, I'm brainwashed myself now. I know I'm not eating it. My parents, love them, the greatest parents on earth. We got a big family. They have a birthday party. I swear it's every week we had a birthday party in the family. My dad decorates and do it. We do that all the time. It's awesome. So there's this cake. They get the good cakes too. The good cakes are up there. I don't have a craving for it. I used to be able to take it. My family, my kids, and all of us, we kind of take the cake and we put it in a bowl of milk. We just done that ever since I was a kid, and we like it that way, right? But I mean a chunk, right? It's not just, oh, here's your little slice of cake, chunk, and boy, I could whiff that down. Just it's gone, right? And then of course felt bad after that. But anyway, so we had a birthday party this past weekend for my niece. Happy birthday, Heather! And guess what? Doesn't even bother me anymore. It doesn't. I mean, I see it and I know it would taste great and all that. It's terrible for me. It's like poison in my body. So what I'm going to tell you folks is to stop it. Don't do it no more. You can do it. Don't eat stuff that's killing you. I was killing myself slowly, but you never know. At my age, it could have been a quick thing. God forbid something happens to me. It could happen now. I've already done the damage I did, but I'm trying to reverse it. When you see my medical record, just a quick one there, when I put it on there, you'll see that my kidney function was awesome. How do you do that after 16 years or more of diabetes? How do you do that? Just by eating healthy. It's all in the food. It's what you put in here. This tells you what to put in here. You can change your mind thinking. It don't happen overnight, but by forcing myself just to not eat bad foods, not eat processed foods, and eating mostly healthy foods, whole foods, my body's just become that way. And you become that, you feel better, so you become that way. And you kind of remember, oh, I don't want to feel like crap, right? So you don't do it. I want to say happy birthday to my granddaughter, Lexi. She's my oldest granddaughter. She's 22. Today's her birthday, and she's awesome. Awesome. Happy birthday. One more thing. All right, and then I'll let you go. I go down the street, and I see all these fast food restaurants that I used to go to, and I still go to a few. I'll tell you later how that works. You can still do it. Don't have to eat salad every time either, or at least not for me, right? Triple at Wendy's is 100% beef. Okay, it's got a little processed cheese. This is not 100% all the time, right? But I eat it, and I eat it with all the salad stuff, lettuce, tomato, pickle, all that. Anyway, there's ways to do it without the bun, by the way. There's the keto part. So I can go through all these diets, and I'm just the pieces of them. The Wanio diet is pieces of them. So I go down the street, and especially in the morning, and then I'm going to let you go. I go down the street. I see these lines going into these restaurants, which I used to go to quite a bit, fast food restaurants, right? So I go down, and I see these lines, and here's what goes into my new brainwashed brain. Oh, my gosh, what are these people doing? Stop it. Stop. Do they not know what they're doing? And I'm not saying everybody. There's probably a 160-pound young man going in there and eating, and it doesn't bother him. He exercises and whatever else he does too. That's all great. I think eventually it's going to hurt you, and I still don't think it's good for you. And I think most doctors and experts and scientists will tell you that natural foods, whole foods, just stuff you buy at your grocery store, nothing special. Stay on the outsides of the stores. You've heard all this because that's where the produce is and the meats and all those kind of things are. Do that, but stop it. Quit going there. What? Oh my gosh, what are you doing? What was I doing? Oh my gosh, what was I doing? I mean, I would do that. I would stop in and get, biscuits and gravy and whatever sandwich, breakfast sandwich with the biscuits and gravy. Eat that and then drive 2 hours. I'd get 100 miles down the road and it's like, oh, I felt like I was on a 3-day trip, right? So just stop it. Don't do it. You make the decision. You make your own Wanio diet. Put your name in front. I don't care. I want to see everybody get healthy. You can do it. That's hard to make the decision. It's not hard to do this. It's really not. I'm terrible at discipline and especially eating and exercise. By the way, a lot of people ask me, okay, what kind of exercise do you do? Through this process, none. I went to the gym like 6 times, did the treadmill, got a bum knee, and then it's like I still got to work. So 2 days later, after doing 2 miles on the treadmill, felt crippled again, right? My knee was terrible. So I've decided I'm taking my time getting the weight off, or a good bit of it. But it is time for me now to get into exercise. I've got some ideas. Yoga's one of them. If I do yoga, an old hillbilly like me, I'm probably going to lock myself in the bedroom and do it where nobody can see what I'm doing, right? And then I'll go up and work some weights because I definitely need to tone up this old 59-year-old body that's getting kind of loose since I've lost some of this weight. So anyway, God bless you. Do it. Email me, comments, whatever, Facebook, any of those things. I'll be glad to help. All I'm doing is give you opinions. I've said it over and over and over because these days I'm not a doctor, not a psychiatrist, not a nutritionist, anything like that. Just a guy that's doing this after battling and doing every kind of diet out there over the years. My family can attest to that, and a lot of my friends. So thank you. This is it. I'll talk to you tomorrow, maybe 4th of July. So thanks. Go get it.